Recently, I was watching one of my favorite streamers, Barbarous King, and his chat convinced him to play a game called Fever Meme. Fever Meme has had quite the blow up. I figured let me throw my hat in the ring and see what the chaos is in this, what is this year's Rage game. And that's where the video would start, if this was a regular playthrough video. But it is not. Fever Meme takes the tropes of games like Stanley Parable and I Want to Be the Guy and combines them into a pretty expected experience of those type of games. On the surface, this game is a great compilation of hilarious moments, along with moments that had me saying, God! But every so often the game shows you some real moments of breath, moments of pause, that there's more to this. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about the colored puzzle at the end of the game. That's not the subversion or deep aspect of the game that's here. Initially, I kind of rolled my eyes at the, oh my god, there's cryptic text on the ground and on the ceiling. Oh my god, what does it mean? And I just didn't engage with it in a meaningful way. What actually gave me pause, however, was something that was true and deeper and something that unfolded immediately as Aimbot literally just says it to you.
You see, originally, when I was working on the ending to this game, I thought I was going to have the spider you spared from earlier come and save the day. But as of the time of this recording, I am going through an extremely depressive episode right now. My girlfriend left me for one of my own Twitch viewers in the same month as someone in my family being diagnosed with cancer. So quite honestly, I just want to finish the game.
At first, I thought, like, surely he's joking. He wouldn't just put this in a video game and then release it, like, right? Like, he's like, why would you do that? You know? But as you get towards the end of the game, you see, I don't think Aimbot was lying here. I think Aimbot was most likely telling a story of himself. As you get further into the game, Aimbot reveals that he just wanted to get this game done, and that he spent so much time working on it. And, you know, for me, that hits me to my core. About 11 years ago, me and some of my best friends started working on an album that didn't come out until last year. During that making and process, without being as open as Aimbot was, I dealt with personal life changes, losses, fights, mental struggles, all these things that literally brought me down to my floor of floors. During that time, I sat in bed, I sat at tables, therapy sessions, on friends' couches, just crying hysterically about how I could not get a hold of my life. And the thing that loomed over all of that was this album, what I always called the album. I wanted the album more than anything in this world. I had zero aspirations for work, for money, for love, things of, oh, what are you going to do in 5 years? All I had in mind was, I'll think about that after the album's done. I basically starved myself in a spiritual sense to see that completed. I wanted it so bad. Not for fame, not for money, not for prestige, but for me and the friends that helped me get there. You know, life is bound to change soon. My friends are going to move in with partners and have kids and get married and maybe buy houses before they're 76, and I've got whatever my life has ahead of me. And I wanted that album to be the monolith of this time before everything changed. And finishing the album represented a moment of victory for me. I could prove to myself that I could accomplish something by putting my mind to it, that my friends are always going to be there for me, that the people that doubted me over the years were wrong, and that this can be accomplished. I honestly, at the time, thought this album was going to solve my life. It didn't. But it also did. The album gave me this pause too. It made me say, if I can make this happen, anything is possible and will happen with enough time, patience, and work. Finishing the album gave me the space to grow, the space to heal, room in my mind to think and fix and work on myself in ways that would have been difficult if we never got the album done. I have to imagine that's a similar feeling Aimbot had. I recently spoke about my playthrough of Fever Meme at therapy, believe it or not. I spoke about how I had such a fun 2.5 hours playing this, and I had maybe 7 to 14 people watching too, who I have to imagine had a good time as well. Give or take that night I played it, that experience created, what, 30 hours of good times, of laughs, of goofy frustration, and curses flung in jest, sometimes. Multiply that by the hundreds of thousands of views this game has already had in the blow-up, and so many laughs and fun times were had. The partial charge of this, which came from one creator's hurt, one creator's struggle, one creator's aspiration to finish a project and see their visions through. After beating the game, you come across an option for something called the Nexus, a hub of behind-the-scenes work literally constructed with platforms made of the Steam reviews. The tangible walking path wouldn't be possible without the people who played this game and felt compelled enough to not only buy it, but to go and click and review it. I also spoke in therapy about a shift in my mind I've had lately. I've always had the feeling that good things should happen to people and that bad things shouldn't. But I think recently I've realized that the bad things need to happen to us too. What would be missing from an experience like Fever Meme or an hour-long prog metal album without the hurt, without the pain to draw off of? What is there to express if all there is happiness? What is there to paint if you have nothing to output? What is a podcast if you don't go out and live? What is living without laughter and crying? The word of 2025, and will soon be 2026 for me, is balance. I am viewing my life in a scale, for lack of a better term, where if the bad comes to weigh me down, I need to put out more good to my own scale. I like to think that that's why the album got made. I like to think that's why Fever Meme got made. I like to think that's the reason anybody does anything. You never know what'll connect with you. And turns out today, for me, it was a Wolfenstein Nazi spider mace. Yeah, so I really enjoyed Fever Meme. I'm intentionally leaving out a lot of the gameplay portions of this because I want you to play this game. It's going to be in the description. It's $4.20. But you got to go play this game. It's such a fun time. I promise you, you can beat it. If I can beat it, you can beat it. I didn't even get all the endings, so there might even be more cool stuff in the game that I don't even know about. So you've got something to look forward to, and you can't find it on my YouTube channel at all. So you have to go play the game now. And Aimbach, if you're watching this somehow, hi, and thank you for making the game, and thank you for putting out an experience like this. Really appreciate it, and just know that you're seen and you're heard, and I hope you're doing better. And thanks for creating this. You know, I don't see the point in this whole life thing without creating, so I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you for watching.